So insomnia, if you have a hard time getting to sleep at night or you have a hard time staying asleep, like you wake up in the night and then can't get back to sleep, that's also referred to as insomnia. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the root causes of why that might be happening. There's quite a few, and what we would do to address that. So the first most common reasons for insomnia is neurotransmitter imbalance. So you need serotonin to be able to make melatonin, and melatonin is what helps us sleep. And so I know the melatonin supplements on the market are crazy, but it's really not a good idea to just be taking that because people are taking large doses of that, and that might not be the issue. And melatonin is actually a hormone, and you don't want to overdo it on that either. So we can run the labs and see if that's actually an issue or not. We can test your melatonin, we can test your serotonin, we can get those neurotransmitters balanced. The second most common is hormone imbalance. This is pretty common, and that's something that we would address with the Dutch test to be able to balance those back out and get you back to a good night's sleep. Adrenal dysfunction. So high cortisol makes it difficult for you to get to sleep or stay asleep. Um, Detoxification issues. If you're having problems with your detoxification, which most people do, that can affect your sleep, especially if you have pathogens. If you have pathogens, they like to be active at nighttime. And what happens then is your body does an immune response, which will spike your cortisol, and that can make it difficult to sleep. When it's most active and when your body's really trying to detoxify that is between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. So if you are noticing that you are waking up between 2 and 4 frequently and having a hard time to get back to sleep, parasites could be the culprit. Could be. Circadian rhythm dysfunction. So this becomes more and more common with all the screens and all the things. The tricky thing about messing up your circadian rhythm is if you stay up too late, then you automatically tend to sleep in later. And that just becomes a slippery slope of now you're up later and you're sleeping in longer. And that really can mess up your circadian rhythms. You really want to be waking up when the sun's up, right? If you can. The ideal wake time is between 6 and 8. The best thing to do, especially if you're experiencing insomnia, is to get out there in the morning right away and get that sunshine on your face, get that on your eyes. It actually helps to set your body, the circadian rhythm, so that you're setting yourself up in the morning for a good sleep that evening. So when I have clients come on and we do their adrenals and we see that their circadian rhythm is a mess, we take the small steps and I try to get them to go to bed a half an hour earlier, right? Small changes make lasting impact. So if you have a problem with your circadian rhythms, then you're going to want to turn those screens off 2 hours before bed. That really messes you up. Be careful of the harsh lights, the blue lights, maybe do the blue light blockers. Have some nice bedtime, calm you down patterns before bed, like maybe have some chamomile tea or take a nice warm bath or read before bed instead of the screens. Try not to have your phone by your bed and be scrolling before you go to sleep. That's really going to make it hard to have a good night's sleep. Um, the last thing I want to talk about is racing thoughts. This is something that we can't cure with a pill or a supplement or a quick fix. This is something that's going to take some mindset work. So if you find you're going to bed and you're having these racing thoughts and you just really want to dig into some mindset work to get those controlled, you don't want your thoughts to control you. It's not a good place to be, and it sure makes it hard to sleep at night. So how we would address all of these issues, like if someone comes and they're having insomnia, and this is why, they wanted to get to the bottom of it. There are 3 tests we can run right off the bat that's going to address a lot of these issues. It's going to address your detox pathways, your circadian rhythms, balancing your neurotransmitters, supporting GABA if you need to. That can also be something that makes it difficult to sleep, balancing your hormones and mindset work, right? So the tests that we would order would be genetics is huge. That's going to give me a lot of insight into your detoxification and how well you're detoxifying. It's also going to help with neurotransmitters. Organic acids test is also going to help me with those neurotransmitters. I do need both of those tests to see what's happening where you need support in your brain. And then the third one is a comprehensive blood panel, and that's also going to help me, especially with your detoxification and every like liver function and if what support you need for your body that way. And then later in the program, we would address the Dutch hormone test if hormone imbalance is what's causing your insomnia. That also addresses the adrenal function. So, and then critically, mindset. You just really want to work on controlling those thoughts so that they don't control you. So if you are having problems with sleeping, you can't sleep, you can't stay asleep, you want to run some labs and see what's going on, you can just go to my website at www.breakthroughintegrativehealing.com. There is a free 30-minute assessment call that we can just jump on a call and answer any questions that you might have.